injection. And you see most of them don't look dissolved at all. So except for these two. All right, so then I went up to 40 units for these fillers. Again, they don't look really dissolved, maybe a little bit more, but not much more. So then I decided to say, well, how much does it take? So we did 21 different fillers, and we titrated up. So again, starting with 0.2. Now we're doing it every 30 minutes, 20 units, adding it again. Okay, took pictures, and then we did video grading at 2.5 and 3 hours. And we repeated this 3 times for all the fillers. It took hundreds of hours in the lab, but it was worth it to kind of get. So this is a paper that's already been published, and so these are just some examples of a few of them. You can see lift here, and you can see balance. And then I wanted you to draw your attention to see if Volux looks like it's a lot harder to dissolve here. With these photos. And then this is the video grading scale. So you have 3, meaning it's mostly intact, all the way down to 0 when it looks like it's gone. Okay, so that's 0 to 3. I'm going to show you a little bit more detail about that. And then we got videos of all of them and had 3 independent oculoplastic surgeons grading them so that we could develop a dissolvability scale based on this videography. And so this is what we found. We found that so for example, lift, redensity, L, which I like, were much easier to dissolve than the rest of the fillers. And that the key takeaway here is that most of them required 120 units to dissolve. Okay, so here just a summary of the responsiveness if we were to break it down into, and this is what I would do clinically. So I would, with these fillers, I would start as low as 2.5 to 5 units for every 0.2 filler, and for the moderately dissolvable, maybe 5 to 10 units. And the more resistant, if you're looking for a partial dissolution, you can still start as low as 10 to 20 and maybe go up. It's always easier to add more if you're looking for partial dissolution. Okay, so there's a whole dissolvability spectrum. And then I wanted to see if there was a difference between this multi-step protocol, meaning adding hyaluronidase every 30 minutes versus just doing one bigger dose in the beginning and watching it dissolve. And so we did repeated the study using a single dose protocol and found, and again repeated this 3 times throughout, and these are 22 fillers that we actually did. This just got published in the OPRS this past year, and so we found that there's some difference when you dissolve it if you do one single shot, because clinically sometimes you just want to do one dose and watch, again, if you're doing partial dissolution. And so we found that RHA 2, 3, 4, bilateral volume, Juvederm Ultra, Volux, you can see the volume and Volux are the most resistant. But some of them actually didn't take as much with a single dose and waiting a while before you added more hyaluronidase. So again, understanding those rheological properties. In that same paper, we kind of summarize the rheologic properties of a lot of these fillers so you can pay attention and extrapolate. If you have different fillers that you have access to, you can sort of look at these features and see which filler yours is most like, and then try to extrapolate results with these properties. I wanted to quickly go over this example. So this is a filler Wendy Lee shipped to me from a French company, and this is Evolus I. So this is example here with the difference. So with the multi-dose protocol, it took up to 120 units to dissolve, okay, about an hour. But when we tried the single dose protocol, what is the minimum needed if we just did one and watched rather than continue to add every 20 minutes or every 30 minutes? And with just letting it sit there for 2 hours, it looked like it dissolved with only 10 units. But then now we added a second step, which was stirring right after injection. And so this shows that if you stir it, you're going to have it dissolve faster. Again, with only 10 units. And so there's more data. This shows, and one thing here was, it was interesting, Voluma took less to dissolve with the single dose protocol as well. And then Volux, you see, still takes a lot. And so these are published in the paper, so I can show you. So basically, the determinants of dissolvability involve what type of cross-linking technology. So NASHA tends to dissolve more easily. What concentration, the higher concentration fillers are much